In this class, we'll study cross elasticity of demand. Okay, the quantity demanded, the impact in quantity demanded with respect to the price of the other commodity will be studied here. If both the commodities could be substitute products or complementary goods, how could be the relationship? Right, substitute goods is nothing but in place of, right? Example being tea and coffee. Tea and coffee. Okay. Now, if you consume tea rupees 10, price of tea, okay. Quantity demanded of tea being 100 units per month. If simultaneously the price of coffee as well as quantity demanded of coffee 20 rupees, because the coffee being costlier, usually we consume sparingly, probably 20 in a month. The price of tea increases from 10 to 20. Immediately what happened? The consumption of quantity demanded for the tea decreases to 20 as it becomes costlier. Then if they don't drink tea, then it should be compensated, right? So they could have started drinking more of coffee. So from this it is very clear, in a month you drink almost 120 either coffee or tea. Now also there is a change in the tea's price, yet we consume the same 120. Same 120. Is that okay? The coffee price is not changing, but quantity demanded gets changed due to what? The price change of the quantity demanded. If you are linking these two, the change in price of tea with respect to the quantity demanded, okay, price increases, quantity demanded decreases, will have the inverse relationship. Okay, when you find out the elasticity of demand with respect to the price, in this case, this will have the negative sign. Is that okay? Usually we won't mind about the sign, but if I want to put the importance for the sign, and it will be always negative, because one is positive, another one is negative, naturally you will have the negative sign. But now I am going to compare the price of the tea as well as quantity demanded of coffee. What is the impact of the quantity demanded of coffee with respect to the change in the price of the substitute product? In this case, price increases, quantity demanded of the substitute product also increases. It means both will have the direct relationship. Is that okay? So, assume that in price 10 and 20, in quantity demanded 20, 60 and so on, probably 100 here. When the price is 10, the quantity demanded is 20. When the price is 100, the quantity demanded is, when the price is 20, the quantity demanded is 100. Usually you might have studied the demand curve being falls from left side to right side, falls downward, slopes downward from left to right, because the relationship between the price and quantity demanded is inverse, negative. But in this case, the relationship between the price of the tea as well as quantity demanded of coffee are not inversely related, directly related. The diagram will be just opposite. Is that okay? Demand curve curves slopes upward, not downward. So you have to keep this point in your mind. Always this will be positive. The elasticity of demand with respect to the price of the related commodity, means substitute commodity, then it will be always positive. Is that okay? This will be named as elasticity of demand, named as cross elasticity of demand. Change in quantity of coffee divided by quantity base, and the price of the tea divided by change in price. That's how you can think over. If you plot that, the diagram is not in the usual demand curve, it's an inverse curve. In case of substitute goods, These points are so important for handling the MCQ problems. Always the MCQ problem will focus on these types of things. Complementary goods. Complementary is nothing but tea and sugar. This will be similar to the normal law of demand only. In the case of complementary goods, the demand will be the same. Okay. Now what happens? Price of tea 10, quantity demanded of tea 100 units, 100 cups. Suddenly the price increases to 20, quantity demanded of tea decreases to 20. Now price of sugar probably 2 rupees per cup per spoon, and quantity demanded for sugar being 100 spoon. For 1 cup of tea, we assume that 1 spoon of sugar is required. So 100 spoons of tea, sugar. As the price decreases, we consume lesser number of cups of tea, and naturally there is no change in the price of the sugar, but the quantity demanded for the sugar will proportionally decreases as matching with the tea's demand. Now I am going to link with the change in the price of the tea as well as change in the quantity demanded of sugar. So I am going to link these two. Is that okay? Now here the tea price increases, quantity demand of sugar is decreasing. It's not this way. In this case, it is called complementary goods. This is called complementary goods. This curve resembles like a normal demand curve, and this curve slopes downward, and it will have what? Negative sign. Is that okay? This is positive. So hereafter you can now understand the negative and positive signs also with respect to the elasticity of demand, whatever it may be. Now, in the case of cross elasticity, the question is all about the magnitude of the elasticity. Is it 0 or infinity or 1 or anywhere between 1 to infinity or anywhere between 0 to 1? Okay, 0 elasticity, infinite elasticity. 0 means no elasticity. 1 unitary, this will be more than unitary, this will be less than unitary. Already we have seen in case of price elasticity, determinants of elasticity of price, the magnitude of price, right? So availability of substitute, all we studied already. Right, here is. If the substitute availability is higher, the price elasticity will be higher. That's how we studied. Similarly, in this case, cross elasticity, what is the magnitude of the elasticity of demand with respect to the price of the related commodity? Cross elasticity. If the substitute availability is perfect, then infinite. Unrelated, 0. Okay. If the substitute availability is perfect, then it will be infinite. Unrelated, 0. Is that okay? For example, any commodity, tomato, whatever it may be, if you are purchasing the vegetable vendor, okay, you have found 2 shops, A and B, and neatly decorated and looks same fresh. If the shopkeeper A sells 1 kg of tomato at 40 and B says it's only 38, where will you purchase? Naturally, you're tempted to go there. Only a matter of 2 rupees, it's not a big number. Because of just 2 rupees, the quantity will have the same freshness, the same quality, we cannot distinguish that. So whether you purchase the tomato from A or B will have any impact. So naturally, your mind will think about the rational way, which is nothing but the savings. Here if you go, 2 rupees savings is there. Automatically demand will be shooted up for B and there will not be demand for A. Is that clear? Because both the products are substitute. And when it comes for the tea and coffee, both are not exact substitute. If the price is exorbitant, only then you will be tempted to move from tea to coffee. Usually you will prefer going for tea because it's exorbitantly cheaper. It's 10 rupees, it's 20 rupees. Then you will start consuming only the tea. And once the price of tea matches with the coffee or more than that, then only you shift. Okay, whatever it may be, any drinks, tea or coffee, I need to have something hot now as I'm feeling tired. That's all. So, but is it an exact substitute? No, exactly not so. But of course, matchable. Close substitute. Then the elasticity may be positive and large. If there is no any relationship, then it is called 0. Okay. Perfect substitute, the elasticity will be infinite. Unrelated, 0. Anywhere between that's a close substitute, then it's a positive and large. Positive and larger. Not so close means positive and small. So these are the cases you have to keep in your mind, right? So I already told you the elasticity of demand. Okay, the elasticity of demand with respect to the price of the other commodity could be of again 5 angle. So what are they? Okay, 0, infinite, and 1. Anywhere between 1 to infinite, 0 to 1. And 0 is all about unrelated, and perfect substitute is all about infinite. Close substitute will come here, and not close will fall in this case. Is that okay? Come on, make a note of it. Advertisement elasticity of demand. If the company spends 1 lakh rupees for advertisement, the quantity demanded could be say 1000. If they raise the fund spending for advertisement from 1 lakh to 2 lakhs, the quantity demanded also increases from 1000 to 2000. Okay, the same way, whatever it may be, how do we calculate the price elasticity? Okay, change in quantity divided by quantity into price divided by change in price. The same way here, rather than the price, I am going to take the advertisement money spent. Okay, money for advertisement spent. That's all. So the formula being change in quantity divided by quantity, and amount spent for the advertisement and divided by the change in amount spent for the advertisement. In this illustration, it is very simple. The change in quantity demanded being 1000 from the base being 1000, and price being 1 lakh and change being another 1 lakh. So the answer being 1, unitary. It may also be again 0, infinite, 1, and anywhere between 0 to 1 or anywhere between 1 to infinite possible. Okay, 0, infinity, more than 1, and anywhere between 0 to 1. Such a way we have this is a unitary, and this is more than 0, like. Okay, come on, make a note of that. Demand forecasting. Okay. What is the use of forecasting? What is called forecasting? Forecasting is nothing but predicting the future. What happens in the coming days is called forecasting. What could be the demand? What could be the future demand? Okay. Quantity demanded in future. It's an art and science of predicting the probable demand based on past year's pattern. It's again an art and science. Okay. In the previous year, in 2022, 21, 20, the demand being 1 lakh quantity, 1.5 lakhs quantity, 2 lakhs quantity, and you observed the price means quantity demanded change also 1 lakh each and every year 50,000 increases. If you are constantly seeing the past year's pattern, you can predict what could be in the future. So it may be naturally another 50,000 extra, which is 2.5 lakhs. Such a way we can predict, but anyhow it based on lots of experiences also. Lots of experience. Art is all about experience. Science is nothing but a valid principle. Okay, isn't it? 100 divided by 4, what is the answer? 25. It's a science, it's a principle. Anybody can find this answer correctly. Okay. Okay, what about the 99 by 4? The same way we can get it, but you will not get the answer immediately because it requires lots of calculation. There's a chance of missing the answers also because you have not practiced well. What's the answer for 99.4 divided by 4?
24.75.
24.75. Okay. How did you get? Sir, we have the calculator, sir. We have the calculator. If you don't have the calculator, just think over one shot for denominator being 4, 0.25 should be lesser. This is my experience. Art is different and practice means science is different. Of course, you can use the mathematical way, 9, 99, 4, 2 times 8 and all these things you can do. You get the answer. That's called science. That's all about science. Science is different and art is different. Science is a set of rules to achieve. If you are doing the same rule again and again, you will become master over that. So you'll get it easily without any error. So what about the future with respect to the quantity demanded? Very simple. There are some set of rules. Are you able to apply it perfectly because of the vast experience you have? Yes, sir. Then you have the arts and science of predicting. That's all. Arts and science. Science is a set of rule. Art is a practice. Okay. How do you prepare dosa? How do you prepare a cup of coffee? How do you prepare a cup of coffee? Or tea? Sir, I don't like, sir. How do you prepare? Milk and whatever it may be. That's what about the thing given in the cookery channel presently. Huh? Right. Recipe and all. After reading those things, if I prepare the tea seems to be not tea. Isn't it? Dosa, how to prepare? If you ask your mom and it's very simple. Keep the kadai and the stove and everything is okay. But the dosa comes so differently. Then you have to name it. Cook and name it. I started preparing dosa. Now it comes as pancake. Okay. Cake like. So whatever it may be. Why don't I get that dosa as expected? Because there is no practice. Practice is different and science is different. So practice is all about art and principles is all about science. Predict the future is based on your experiences. You can guess it. Now the question is all about what is the usefulness of that? Business managers can plan and prepare budget effectively. They have to know how much quantity may be expected to be sold in the coming days, and based on that only they can plan for manufacturing. If they are not able to plan this, then how do they plan? Okay, ahead the production. The production budget is possible only when they are aware about what is the quantity demanded. Right, isn't it? How many times your mom may prepare idli or dosa? Maybe sometimes the shortage, maybe sometimes wasted. How many times have you seen that in your own home? Huh? Definitely it's not possible. For you 4 idli, for you 3 idli, for you 2 idli, everything is okay. Calculation is perfect. The person who usually eats 2 idli that day consumed 8 idli. What can we do? Something went inside the stomach and which ate all the idli. What we can do? So that will also be a problem. Anyway, we have an estimation. From that estimation, some plus or minus will be there. From here to there, it will be moving. Business managers can plan and prepare effectively. And it is vital for the decision making also. National level and firms level. National level. So, for example, just now we have faced the extreme situation, COVID. Indian government planned national level rights, how much of vaccination should be produced, right? So based on the population, they estimate, so national level. And this is leading to the mass production and optimum production also, mass production also possible. And based on the requirement, see the problem is, they found out, okay, already invented the vaccination for the COVID. The problem is, they are in need of 100 crores to be supplied even in India itself. 3 times dose. 2 times dose means 200 crores. 3 times means 300 crores. You have to manufacture 300 crores of vaccination. Just now I know how to vaccinate the people so that I can save them from the COVID. Okay. Just now I know how to prepare idli. Suddenly all of your relatives come to your home. How can you support them all? Though you are specialized in cooking the idli, Now the problem is the barter are sufficiently available or not also a problem, and vessels available are not a problem, and then you have to expand the vessels even for the home need. Okay, four of you usually live together and having the food comfortably. Suddenly 40 of your relatives come to your home. You need to accommodate the vessels and food and everything. Will you purchase the vessels for 40? Once they leave, then all the vessels will be useless. The same happens for the Covaxin also. If I want to produce 100 crores vaccination, then I need to establish so much of big vessel rather than factory. But once it is over, then the factory is no more required. Just think over. Even for you, for 4 to 40, we thought about renting out of some. Can we get some vessels in rent? Not to invest in purchasing that. Same happens there also. Only for a tenure of say 1 or 2 years, why do you want to invest so huge money? Is it worth investing? And government supported. So that will also be a matter. Mass production, optimum production, the investment, production facility, scheduling and pricing, everything matters. Now you can interlink this Covaxin also, right? This is the usefulness of the forecasting. What is the scope of forecasting? What is the scope of forecasting? Can be used at local level or international level. Forecasting, I just told you, no. Can be used for your own home also. Suddenly, we plan to organize a function in our home. We expect around 40 or 50 relatives will come. Then you will plan for all. Right? You will plan for all. This is home level. Huge requirement is there for the entire India to be saved with Covaxin. Covishield or Covaxin vaccination. You understand that? International, then it's Indian level. Even the pollution control requires to have a wider one. Wider one means not only within India, it's international one. So the forecasting can be useful for local level to higher level also, and depends upon the area of operation of the firm. Area of the operation of the firm. Okay. Is that useful for your requirement also be matter here? And forecasting. Just think over. You expect that 10 people will come to your own home, but not sure that number of people may be 5 to 15 also, anywhere between 5 to 15. What will you do? How do you make the food available? Prepare for 5 or prepare for 15 or prepare for 10? The movie, no, in a movie, we prepare for 50. 50, instead of 50, 100 students came, 100 people came, okay. Double the prepared food by mixing the water. Right, the same happens. So will you prepare for 5 or 15 or for 10? Oh my God, only 10. The above 10 and up to 15, they will eat only the whatever the things you left over, right? Allow them to have anything left over, right? Isn't it? Listen, for providing the food for all the 15, it costs us only matter of 1000 rupees. For 10, it costs us 900 rupees. Now come on. For 5, it costs us 800 rupees. Because anyhow, preparation is the same. For 5, you have to spend 800 rupees. For 10, you have to spend 900. For 15, you have to spend 1000. Come on, tell me. 15. Okay. Per head, it costs us 2000 rupees, a special dish. For 5, it is 10,000. For 15, it is 30,000. Now tell me. You tell me. Cancel the program. No food. Depends. See, again it comes here. Depends upon the cost and time involved. Cost and time involved. I thought no one should go hungry, but the cost is also cheaper. So I'll go for spending. Or even there is the waste. No, never mind. I'll just purchase it for 50. But if the price is very exorbitant, what we can do then? We'll confine ourselves to the bare minimum 6 or 7. In the case of emergency, we can immediately procure. The time of re-procuring is also very simple. Then why do I want to purchase for 15? Depends. Scope of forecasting. Why do I then forecast? Do I want to forecast or not? Do I want to forecast or not? Rather than 5 to 15, if I tell you exactly 7, okay, exactly 7. How can I say that the visitors will be only 7? Sir, you need to spend around 2000 rupees extra to determine what is the exact number will come, sir. If you spend 2000 rupees, I will debut a person to confirm whether he comes or not. Will I now debut him, spend 2000 to get the determined number? If the price is very lesser, don't spend the 2000 rupees. Never mind spending I don't want to forecast. Giving 2000 to you and forecast how many people come, I will spend the entire 2000 rupees for food. For entire 2000, the cost, for entire 15 people also, I can accommodate with 1000 rupees. Why do I want to spend 2000 rupees? But when the food costs us rupees 2000 per head, and then I will be double cautious. I am willing to spend 2000 rupees to get a confirmed forecast. Confirmed forecast. How many people will come? Sir, exactly 7. How do you know? I inspected. Okay. Is it free? No, it costs us 2000 rupees. I am willing to spend 2000 rupees to forecast the number of people going to come to our home. Forecasting. Will I be able to spend the 2000 rupees to forecasting or not is the question. That is depending upon the cost involved and then the benefit we save. That will also be a matter here. Do I want to go for forecasting or not? Okay, that's all about the cost between the trade-off between cost and forecasting. Cost of forecasting is 2000 rupees. Benefit of forecasting is only 100. Spending 2000 for 100 rupees of benefit is no use. Leave it. Spending 2000 rupees benefit could be 10,000 rupees and you can spend. Do I want to forecast or not is depending upon the cost you spend for the forecasting and the benefit you derive because of the forecasting. So these are the points you have to understand here. Come on, make a note of it. What happens 3 months later? What happens 3 years later? What happens 3 months later will be considered as a short-term forecast. What happens after 3 years or 30 years will be called long-term forecast. Less than one year will be called as short-term. More than 1 year will be called as long-term forecast. And level, the size. Is it for micro level, macro level, or industry level, or firm level? What happens to Sankar Cements is called firm level. What happens for all the cement companies in India is called industry level. Not only that, what happens for the industrial production, national economy, because of that employment change, if you are studying all these things, then it is called macro level. What could be the quantity demanded for Sankar Cement is called firm level. What could be the quantity of cement consumed national level? It means it's not only Sankar Cement. So you have to put together all the cement companies here that will come in under industry level. Macro level is nothing but industrial production, national income, employment. Everything will be taken. Everything will be taken. This is also general economic environment measured by the index of industrial. This is general economic environment. Is the nation economy is growing or stagnated or facing recession? Now and then you may talk, you may listen to those words in the newspapers and news. Okay, economy is now recession, China facing the trouble, and during the COVID, India also produces very lesser car, there is no consumption of car, all these things. It's called national economic environment. It's measured by industrial production. So how many cars produced by the car companies? And what's the national income? Okay, what about the employment problem and all? If you are studying then that will come under macro level. So macro level, industrial level, and firm level, finally time. Is that okay? The quantity demanded on that due to some environment will be studied in demand distinctions. So here you have to first of all understand how to classify the goods. The goods could be classifiable as producers' goods and consumers' goods. Is that okay? Consumers goods is nothing but the goods are going to be consumed by the consumers, and producer goods is nothing but the goods are consumed for producing the consumers goods. Produced for the consumers goods. Now, refrigerator. Okay, refrigerator. Okay, refrigerator. Okay. Now, come on, tell me, is it producers goods or consumers goods? Hmm? Consumer goods. What about the petty shop? For the petty shop owner, the fridge being the producer goods. He keeps all the cool drinks and all in his own refrigerator to do the business, right? So the commodity could be either consumer's goods as well as producer's goods. If you are using this for your consumption purpose, then it's called consumer's goods. Or if you are using the same for manufacturing subsequent goods, then it is called producer's goods, right? Number one. Used for producing the consumer goods is the producer goods like machines, locomotives, ships, etc. Consumer goods, ready-made clothes, prepared foods, etc. Is that okay? This is one classification. One classification. And then the goods could be classifiable as durable goods and non-durable goods. Okay, non-durable goods. Non-durable goods means not used to more than once. You have to use only once, not more than that. It's called non-durable. It has a shorter life, like bread, milk, etc. Durable goods, you can use it for multiple times, like car, refrigerator, ready-made shirts, etc. Right? So you can use multiple times. Durable and non-durable. The another classification of your commodity being derived demand and autonomous demand. The demand of a commodity is derived from the demand of the another commodity is called derived demand. For example, petrol. The demand of petrol is derived from the demand for the car or transport industry's growth. Transport industry's growth. So the demand for the petrol is derived from the demand for the another one, not its own. You understand now? Autonomous demand is nothing but the demand of the product is not affected due to the demand of the other commodity. Is called autonomous demand. Number one, derived demand, usually durable goods. Derived demand is usually durable goods, right? Demand for cement is derived from the building activity. If the building, house property, that industry, real estate industry is growing faster, then naturally what happens? Construction industry will be growing. Because of that growth, the cement industry also, cement requirement is also increasing. So the quantity matter for the cement is determined or derived from the real estate business. Then it's called derived demand. Autonomous demand, demand for goods is independent, right? So you don't have any impact of any other things. Okay. Now, one second. Industry demand and company demand. Let's see that next. Industry demand and company demand. Industry demand and company demand. Tata Steel is one of the companies dealing with steel products. We have a number of steel companies. Tata Steel, SAIL, JSW, Wells and Gujarat. So we have a number of companies. If you put together all these companies in total form, will be called as industry. How many steel industry in India? Only one steel industry. Steel industry means the entire steel companies put together will be called as steel industry. Steel is a separate industry, cement is a separate industry, and automobiles is a separate industry. How many industries are there? N number of industries are there. What sort of industries are there? Steel industry, automobile industry, pharma industry, then car industry, automobiles, right? So that comes in the car, and telecom industry. If we talk about the telecom industry, how many companies are there? Geo company, Airtel, BSNL, so Vodafone Idea. So those are called companies. Now, what is the Subscribers base for Geo. What is the subscribers base for Reliance? I mean, it's Airtel. Then it's called companies demand. What's the demand for all the three companies put together? Geo, Reliance, BSNL, even Vodafone Idea. So four industries now. Four companies are there. If I sum up the four companies demand, then it's called industry. It's called industry. We have only four companies in that. In steel, we have a number of steel companies like Tata Steel, SAIL, JSW, Wilson Gujarat. We have a number of things. The demand for each and every steel company will be coming under company demand. Demand for all the steel companies will be coming under industry demand. Hope so you can understand. Demand of steel for steel industry, all companies put together. Demand for steel of a steel company like Tata Steel alone, that is called company demand. And the demand can again be classifiable as short-term demand and long-term demand. We can classify that into short-term as well as long-term. Short-term, immediate, right? So within 1 year, how much of units is in need within 1 year? Immediate change in demand, usually with respect to the change in price. And long-run, slow change in demand for price change. Whatever the change happens in the price, there will be impact in the quantity demand immediately, right? That's called short-term demand change. How this will be affected? If the price of the tomato increases, the next moment the consumption of tomato will be decreasing. Price of petrol is increasing. Will you reduce consuming that? No. If it is gradually increasing, it takes some more time because everybody has to shift from petrol-driven car to e-car like. Once they shift, then automatically the consumption of the petrol will be decreasing, but it's a long term. So the demand for the change in quantity demanded with respect to the price will have the impact immediate, that is called short term. No, it will have the impact in the long term, that is called long run. So these are the aspects you have to keep in your mind for demand distinctions. 5 aspects. Is that okay? Come on, make a note of it. Demography. These are the 3 reasons. Factors affecting the demand for durable consumer goods. Okay. Now, non-durable consumer goods, you are using for only once. You are using it for only once. Watching movies and going for a picnic and all these things are again non-durable goods. Sir, how will it be a good, sir? You enjoy the trip once, right? So that can be equated with a goods like. Now, if there is an offer for the non-durable goods, you will purchase more, else you don't purchase. Okay. Demography. Characteristics of the population also matters here for the non-durable consumer goods requirement. Okay, includes even non-human population, characteristics of population. All right. Some society will respond differently. Some society will respond differently. So that's called characteristics of the population. Right. Whatever the offer we give, sometimes we won't purchase because our character is different. Our society's character is different. Right. Jain people won't eat non-vegetarian. If there is an offer for non-vegetarian, won't they will they go for that? So definitely there will not be any chance. There's a price discount. Their character is not to drink and smoke, and they don't want to go for consume the non-vegetarian. Then it will not work. And disposable income. If the disposable income is higher, then they will purchase more. Right, disposable income, 1,000 rupees. Food and dress, shelter for whatever it may be, you might have already spent some money. If there is a huge disposable surplus you have, then you can spend lavishly. Government levies tax. If the government levies tax 20%, 200 rupees, then you have only 800 rupees. Suddenly the government increases the tax to 400 rupees, then you have only 600 rupees in your hand. Then automatically what happens? You will consume lesser. You will consume lesser. In case of durable consumer goods, TV, washing machine, good examples. If the TV is costly, what will you do? You will try to postpone that. Okay, washing machine. costly, postpone that. 50% offer in this new year, then you immediately will purchase an old one. If you have, you will go for replacement. So you will either postpone or replacement of durable goods possible based on their price. Durable goods requires special facility, right? So car. If you want to purchase a car, but what's the problem you have? You don't have the proper road facilities. I too want to purchase a car. Sometimes when I go, I just saw a car, second-hand car. So I want to go for the long journey, especially in hill station. For that, I need to have a special car. So I just enjoyed the car, but I don't know where to park. So I neglected that. So I'm able to purchase the car, but the problem is where to park the car. So the parking lots is the problem. So example road for automobiles, that will also be a reason why you neglect purchasing that. Third one, purchase decision for durable is sometimes influenced by family. If you want to purchase a TV, your friends and your family will say, you can go for this variety of TV or a new TV brand will come, wait for that. I thought to purchase a mobile phone. Okay. The mobile phone what I have presently is overloaded, getting heat, so I want to replace it. Supposed to go for purchasing the mobile phone. Then immediately my friend told me 5G is coming. So what? If the new 5G comes, whether the current modern phone will be suitable for the 5G or not. Okay, let us postpone for some more time. So 1 year later, if the 5G implemented all over India intensively, what happens then? The current 5G mobile may not be working properly, or it may be inefficient. By the time I want to have the latest 5G mobile, just in a matter of another 6 months to 1 year, why do I want to purchase today? Wait for some more time. So that will also be because of the advice or suggestions by the family members will have the influence over the demand for the durable. Fourth, replacement demand. Okay, if the current holding is more, you will plan to go for replacing it. Current holding. Okay, it may be more or it may be worn out or whatever it may be. That may also be a reason for replacement. And demand for the durable goods influenced by price and credit facility. Sir, the price of the TV is now 50% off, sir. Okay, we'll purchase. Sir, the TV price is 1 lakh, there is no discount, but you can purchase it and pay later, sir. Pay later. Then also you will purchase. That is called coming under credit facility. This will be playing the vital role here. Is that okay? Factors affecting the demand for non-durable and durable. And one more point here, factors affecting demand for producers goods, right?